Hey, how are y'all doing? It's Jeremy Godin over here at jeremygodin.com, reviewing the most common sense sales techniques, coaching, and group discussions to help us close the deal better. Today, I would like to go back to our basics, which is what I'm covering in the first part of this series, which is the good old-fashioned sales funnel. Now, if you're new to the sales floor, if you're new to the selling business, you really have to understand the importance of the sales funnel. I remember at a time when I got into sales, I had heard of the sales funnel, but really didn't understand and appreciate how it actually works and how it actually creates more work, more business, generates more income by understanding how your sales funnel works. So I'd like to go over that a little bit today. So the sales funnel, it's real basic. I want you just to picture a funnel just like you'd use on, filling up a gas can or a lawnmower. And you have this funnel. And at the bottom of the funnel, instead of the gas, the reward is probably a dollar sign. So I want you to kind of picture that funnel going down here, and then there's that dollar sign at the very bottom. And then at the top of the funnel is all the different sources that flow into that funnel and hopefully generate that dollar sign down at the bottom. And an important part of this is creating what I would call like a funnel plan, like really understanding what fills your funnel. And then looking at your lead time, of course. So if you got some instant books and a lot of quick sales, that funnel's got to be flowing. It's got to be flowing really quick, and it's going to be really timed out. So one of the most important parts of the day is in sales, when you come in the morning, one of my biggest pet peeves is folks that they like to sit there and they like to respond to all these emails for, customers that are, already following up with them or asking them questions. They've already started a dialogue, yet they might have 6 to 10 new leads sitting in their email box or 6 to 8 new voicemails in their inbox. In the first couple hours of the day, they'll spend contacting these customers that are already starting to engage. Understanding the sales funnel, if you truly understand the sales funnel, you would understand why that is such a sin in the sales world. Those contacts, if you get in at 8 o'clock, those contacts that have already started reaching out to you, have already started that dialogue, unless it's an urgent service where they need your service that day or they need you over there giving them an estimate that day, or they need you listing the house that day because they're mad and getting a divorce. Whatever the circumstance may be surrounding your customer, of course, might variate that a little bit. But at the end of the day, you have to respond. You have to respond to these new leads that have not generated any dialogue. And understand the sales funnel, the first thing you want to do in the morning is call those 6 to 8 new customers that you haven't spoke with, that you haven't had any dialogue with. You want to email those 6 to 8 customers that, that submitted quotes to your company's website or through your lead generator, or maybe you're buying leads off somebody, but you want to speak and contact the CTE that we spoke about earlier, the call, text, email, repeat. You want to start that with leads that have not had any sort of contact between the customer, the consumer, the potential consumer, and your company or yourself or your sales department. By doing that, say you get in at 8 o'clock in the morning, you call 8 to 10 people that you hadn't spoke with, hadn't generated anything. And then around 10 a.m., you move into the people that you've already started the conversations with, start answering their questions, start building up the sales process on them. But those ones that you contacted in the morning, you got voicemails, you had to leave emails, you had to send text messages. So what happens is you're capturing that lead as quick as possible. You're making contact with them, which is something we talked about that's very important. And then what you've done is you've come in and you've started filling this funnel because you're going to get these voicemails, these emails you're sending out, and around, 10 to 12, you're contacting these prior customers. And then all of a sudden in the afternoon, all these customers that you started calling in the morning are starting to fill up your afternoon. They're starting to generate more leads. And you need to know what fills that funnel. Is it messages through social? Do you have leads you have to call? Do you have referrals you need to follow up with? There's different sources for that lead, but ideally, I like to take 6 to 8 kind of processes or sources and kind of think of them as most important in filling my sales funnel on the day. And I want to keep that sales funnel so it's always dripping cash out. It's always got leads. It always has people contacting me. I find a lot of sales folks or people in different businesses, they get really hyped up in the moment. They get really caught up in how busy it is. You always have to keep that sales funnel filled, especially when it's busy. You have to keep it, because if you want to keep that momentum going, you have to keep the funnel filled. If you're not working on keeping that funnel filled, you won't stay busy. You'll have break points, big spots. It'll affect entire departments at your company. So you need to focus on that sales funnel. You really need to understand that sales funnel. Draw it out on a piece of paper. Write what fills your sales funnel. Write your sales funnel plan for you and your sales staff. And understand the importance on filling that funnel and creating the leads, and the contacts will just keep flowing in. I'm Jeremy Godin, and this is jeremygodin.com, and I appreciate you here and sharing these sales techniques. Y'all have a great day. Thank you.